Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a mix of the beauty boxes that I've received this month, so I'm going to do both my little box and the Birchbox for the month of April. I do apologise for this side fringe thing, braid that I've got going on. I am going through a horrible phase where I'm trying to grow out my fringe and it doesn't really want to do much or go where I want it to. So I'm going to start off with the Birchbox, and this is what the Birchbox looks like this month. The theme is really good to go along with the birth of the new royal baby, and subscribers would either get the box in blue or pink, and then there's a competition that runs alongside that, so that if it's a boy, anyone who received a blue box will receive a bunch of goodies and they can be entered into the draw, and vice versa with the pink box if it's a girl. So the theme of this month was obviously royally good, so they're all kind of luxe products, and there's like a theme running through about if you were a princess for a day, how would you rule and what have you. So first up is the Korres Bergamot Pear Body Milk. I don't normally like the smell of pear or bergamot for that fact, but this actually smells quite tolerable. I don't mind it and it's quite nourishing on my skin. I've been using it mostly on my arms because I've had quite dry skin, and this seems to soak in really nice. It doesn't leave like any greasy residue. I do like both the body milks and the shower gels from Korres. They tend to do body products quite well. Next up was a face mask from Befine Food Skincare, and it's a single serve warming clay mask. Obviously I haven't used this yet, but clay masks tend to generally be quite good. I like the fact that they really feel like they're pulling all the crap out of your face and that they leave your skin sometimes a little bit on the dry side, but they do really leave them feeling clean. Next up is a Lola Barcelona Birchbox Special Nail Polish. I'm not massively keen on the shade. It's kind of like a pinky coral tone. Normally I love coral tones, but this one just isn't overly nice. It doesn't look, when I put it on my toes and my fingernails, and it just didn't look as summery and fresh as what I thought it would do in the bottle. The formula itself is quite nice. It does dry quite quickly. It does take 2 coats to get the colour from the bottle. This is one I'll keep around, but I probably won't use overly often. The next product is from Percy and Reed, and it's their Smooth, Sealed and Sensational Volumizing No Oil Oil. I have used this on the ends of my hair. The idea is to apply this to like towel dried hair and then just pop it on the ends to give it a bit more volume. Can't really say I noticed that there's been more volume, but I do find that with my hair it tends to be quite thin on top and then thicker on the bottom, and then where it's thick at the bottom it kind of pulls the top down. So I probably wouldn't notice much volume. I may try applying this to kind of like the roots of my hair, but you know how funny I can be about applying hair products to the top of my head, because I find more often than not they just end up leaving like that greasy, tacky residue. So for subscribers this month, they were able to choose, I think it was either the beginning of this month or maybe even the end of last month, they were able to choose from 3 Laura Mercier products. There was the primer, an eyeliner, and I think maybe a mascara. I ended up going for the primer because I have had that before through my little box, and I do quite like the Laura Mercier primer. I just feel like it gives a nice base layer for my foundation to adhere to, and it does make my foundation stay around a lot longer. Also with this, you don't really feel like you're wearing it. Some primers I feel that they can be a bit tacky and you really can feel that layer on your skin, whereas this one just goes on, absorbs, and it really does make a difference to your foundation. So I'd really recommend this. Great for oily skin as well, as it's not too greasy and won't cause any kind of like slipping on your face with your foundation concealer. So I would really recommend this. I absolutely love this and I'm glad to have a second bottle. And then last but not least in this month's Birchbox was the Bliss All Skin Types Fabulous Foaming Wash. I haven't actually had a chance to use this yet, as if you read my blog you'll find that I'm using the Magnetone Lucid at the moment. So I'm going through a phase of trying that out and using a cleanser, so I'm trying to avoid using other cleansers and other kind of like face washes and that on my skin at the moment, because it is very dry because I've been using the Magnetone Lucid. Obviously that's just going through like the teething stages. I'm guessing that will hopefully all improve. This has rosehip, chamomile and passion flower in, and that combination together kind of gives it almost like a bubblegummy smell. So this really does feel like you're applying something bubblegummy to your face. It smells amazing. So I am quite keen to try this once I've got through the teething phase of trying out a new skin combo. So overall with this month's Birchbox, I was quite pleased. There were 6 products in this one. Although there were no full-size products, the range that they had in them was pretty good, and I think there is something in there to suit everyone. The only one I don't like is the nail varnish, and that's just me. I just don't really like getting nail varnishes in the boxes unless it's one of the ones where Birchbox emailed you and said, here are the shades that we've got, choose your shade and you'll get this one in your next month. Also, for anyone that's interested, there is a limited edition box from Birchbox that they have partnered with Tatler with. I'll pop the link down below for Birchbox so you can have a check out of that as well. Now on to this month's My Little box. So this is what the box looked like this month, and the theme was My Little Dream Box. So inside was like a little cloud-shaped quote from Walt Disney saying, "If you can dream it, you can do it." I quite like this. It's like a watercoloured blue, and it would just look really pretty up somewhere in a photo frame. As I'm sure you know by now, with My Little box you get a magazine. I will say I'm very disappointed with this month's magazine because it's done in like a paper format, and I quite like reading these magazines on the train because I normally get this sent to work and then I'll read the magazine on the train. And normally it's filled with so much good stuff. There's interviews, there's tutorials, there's Q&As. It's just a really good little magazine to have. This month I kind of feel like they've skimped with it. It's just like a fold out booklet. And then when it does fold out to full size, there's this poster of some random woman with a quote at the bottom. I don't know if you can really see that there, but that's the picture. Obviously I'm not a fan of that. It's got folds all through it, so it's not something I would actually personally put up in my flat. Then inside you've got a couple of interviews. There's a little bit about one of the products in the box, but generally I didn't think it was as extensive or there was as much effort put into as previous months. I really do hope that in next month's box they revert back to the normal magazine because I really did not like this. So the first thing in this month's box was in this little package here. I do love their packaging, it's adorable. They've just put so much thought and effort into their artwork and the packaging. So inside here was a little ink stamp pad, and then you also get this. So that's the sayings that you get on there. And it's just kind of like a little stamp with numbers as well for you to just kind of stamp your crap with. I am like any other blogger out there, I'm a huge stationery fan, so I absolutely love this. I'm sure this will get used around my flat and on envelopes, birthday cards and what have you. So the next thing came in this, another little cloud type thing, and this has all been stitched around the outside. So I haven't even opened this, so I don't actually know what's in here. Hopefully I don't cut through whatever's in here. Kind of a bit of a shame that you have to destroy the packaging to get out whatever's in there. So in here it's like it's a necklace on kind of like a coral string that you can then just tie so it hangs as long as you like it. On there there's the saying Bonne, Etoile with a little star. I don't know if you can see that on there. That's quite cute and dainty. And now for this month's beauty products. I do love these little bags. I reuse them all the time. I use them when I have to go to work and I have to go to an event after work. I just pop my makeup in there that I want to use to top up. They're quite handy as well coming up for holiday season to put all your holiday toiletries in as well. So again, this month with My Little box, I loved all 3 products. I don't think I've ever had a month where I've hated all of the products. I think there's been the odd time where I've disliked one or I've not been a massive fan of one, but generally I really love all of the products that I put in here. I think they're so well thought out. So the first product is this Loved by Lesage. For those of you that don't know, Loved by is the makeup range, and they tend to work with people to create either a range of products or a single product. And this time they teamed up with French actress Lesage, and she designed this because she felt like there was something missing from her makeup bag, and it was this. So it's this really beautiful, it looks kind of like a lip balm, but then when you apply it, it has a really nice subtle red tint to it. I have lip balm on now, so I won't be able to actually apply this, but it is really, really nice. It's really moisturising, and I love how it just gives like a subtle hint. There's nothing too overbearing. It's nowhere near this shade in the pot, but it just looks really pretty on. That's it just there. It gives like a berry toned hue to your lips. The next product is from My Little Beauty, which is My Little Box's own brand. And it was their Mask Reparator, which is just basically a hair mask. So with this, the idea is that you apply it to damp ends, and it is specifically for dry, damaged, split ends. I've used this once and I really did like it. It doesn't leave any like sticky residue on your hair at all. It's got walnut oil in it, so it really feels like it's moisturising them. And I did feel like they were much softer and a little bit fluffier when I blow dried my hair, but it did make them much easier to straighten and get like a nice finish to my hair, because I find that sometimes Some bits will go up, some bits will just go how you want them to, and it kind of ends up looking like it's going everywhere. I do really like the products that you get from My Little Beauty. The packaging is always adorable. It's really, really pretty and girly. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got like this chevron type bunting almost on it. And last but not least is the Sabe Masson Copacabana, I think that's how you say it. I love this. I just love the idea of it. Although I can imagine in the summer, if it's really hot and you've got this in your bag, it may melt. So what it is it's a solid perfume. Now I've had solid perfumes before, but normally they've come in like a little round pot and you have to kind of get your fingers in and it just ends up a complete mess. But this one I really liked because it's on a stick and you can just twist it up and then apply it to your wrists, your neck, wherever you like. I really like the smell of this. It kind of reminds me a bit like holidays. So the great thing about this range of perfumes is that they're completely alcohol free, they're paraben free, and they contain natural wholesome ingredients. So it's great for anyone that loves natural skincare, natural beauty products. It's an exotic holiday smell. That's all I can think of when I put this on. As soon as I received this, I just put it on and it smelled so strong. Like, it's not overpowering, but it's nice that you just get like, you'll move your wrist and you'll get a wave of the smell. Because I know when you apply normal perfumes, you kind of spritz them around and they kind of linger in the air and a little bit on your clothes. But this was just so long lasting, like, because this had been applied to my wrists. Because it's a solid form perfume, it just hangs around so much longer, and I find that the smell just lasts throughout the day, far more so than just the standard perfumes that you get. If you're looking for something different in the form of a perfume, I would definitely recommend trying this. They've got another one out called Striptease, which is like a florally fresh smell. I would be tempted to buy that one. They are £15 for the stick, but that's cheaper than some bottles of perfume. So overall, I really, really loved the My Little box. I thought it was a fantastic box this month and I really liked the theme and the products inside it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back the same time next week, but with my April favourites. So I'll see you then. Bye.